Definitely one of the hottest topics is nutrients, because nutrient standards are being looked at throughout the country. Certainly Florida and the Chesapeake Bay area have been on the forefront of that, Wisconsin and other areas, but the big buzz is certainly what's going on there across the country and in local states where folks reside, and then just what are the challenges as far as treatment are concerned, treatment options are concerned. And we definitely, as Brown and Caldwell, we're sort of really in the mix in that on both ends, regulatorily and on treatment, and we can talk easily with our clients about those issues.
I just sat in on a session yesterday where EPA was talking about some of the regulatory initiatives they have underway related to wet weather. It's still evolving. We haven't quite figured out, or they haven't quite figured out what they're going to do, but some of the things that they're talking about seem promising, at least in terms of beginning to understand the impact that trying to capture more flow and reducing overflows to the receiving water simply means that we're sending that much more water to the treatment plants, and that we have to have the ability and the tools to effectively deal with those increased flows at the treatment plants. So the EPA has finally acknowledged that that's indeed a challenge and has begun a regulatory program to address those concerns. It remains to be seen exactly how they'll do that.
Well, the two big ones which have kind of been out there, are the nutrient issues and the stormwater issues. And there seem to be a few breakthroughs that people are talking about in a fairly optimistic way at the conference. I was actually quite surprised to hear some of the EPA people kind of signaling some different approaches, and some folks were referring to it as the thawing of the iceberg, and really chance to get out of one of the problems that those of us in the industry know about tends to be the stovepipe mentality, where you've got regulations for stormwater and SSOs and CSOs and nutrients, and they're all being directed by different regulatory groups. And finally, there's a sense that we've really got to integrate that process. So that's very interesting to hear.